Thank you. Dr. Margaret Harris.
Thank you for the opportunity, Madam Chairperson and Commissioners. I wanted to just kind of shift the lens a little bit, and that is from the mindsets or from who are beneficiaries of the proposal. And that is our marginalized students, our disenfranchised students, and our students who are disengaged. And that the data, we're not even going to go into that because it's indisputable, that historically we have had these groups of students who have failed miserably in our K-12 system, and I'm only speaking of California. But beyond striving the equity for educational opportunities is for us to consciously instill in the minds of our educators, particularly our emerging administrators who are going out into the field of diverse communities, is to instill the mindsets that will confront the marginalizing practices that we currently or have historically have done, but also the mindsets that have minimized our students in our society. So I do support, and I hope that we continue the work that we're doing to acknowledge those students who will benefit greatly from the decisions that are made by this committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Richard Jaffe, if you can please state your name and affiliation.
I'm short, but not that short. Dr. Peg Winkleman, I'm liaison for CAPIA, also a professor and chair of the Educational Leadership Department at Cal State East Bay. First of all, I just want to thank the Commission for consistently responding to the concerns from the field. I want to thank CTC. I want to thank CTA too, CTC staff for your work with us to align these standards. And I do agree with the previous speakers that these are now well aligned, and that's important as we look to the design of the APA. One of the pieces that we've continued to discuss is the difference between management and leadership. Management, maintaining budgets, master schedules, facilities. Leadership, noticing who is and isn't at a community meeting, noticing who is and isn't being well served by our schools. With that equity piece in mind, I'd like to share a draft statement that we would like to see frame the capes and the capsules. Effective educational leaders strive for equity of educational opportunity and culturally responsive practices to promote each student's academic success and well-being. California leaders recognize, respect, and employ each student's strengths, diversity, and culture as assets for teaching and learning. As effective educational leaders confront and alter institutional biases of student marginalization, deficit-based schooling, and low expectations associated with race, class, culture, and language, gender and sexual orientation, and disability or special status, they address matters of equity and cultural responsiveness in all aspects of leadership. We simply request that a statement such as this be a framework for the entire document. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now.
Please state your name and affiliation for the record. Thank you. For the record.
Good morning. My name is Ardella Daly, and I am on faculty at Cal State University East Bay in the Department of Educational Leadership. And I come to you as a person who's taken this journey, as I've been calling it, this APA journey for now about 1.5 years. I've served on description of practice group. I've served on the alignment group for the capsules, and I blanked. And I've also currently on the Thank you. The APA design team. And I come from a frame of having been in K-12 for 30 years and retired as an administrator, as a superintendent of a district in Northern California. I deeply understand the role that policy plays in what happens in California for education. And I really appreciate the work of this commission over the years. I've been following it, and you are taking us to the mountaintop as far as I'm concerned. And I sincerely mean that. I sincerely mean that. Issues of equity and ensuring that all our students are served in this state with the complicated financial system that we have in this state. You are laying groundwork that will benefit my grandchild, as far as I'm concerned. So I say all of that to simply say that I think that the preamble idea of framing for us, us meaning the design team, making it clear so we have a touchstone to keep coming back to is very important in this process. And for making it very public and obvious. I mean, we all know people don't read, but they get into the first couple of paragraphs. So I think they're very important to frame this work and to give us the kind of guidance that we need as a committee. And I'm only speaking for myself as a member. But I think with the load that needs to be carried, the stronger we are about the position and that we're coming from, the clearer it becomes. And finally, this issue of doability and application, I think we need to look deeper at that. The linkage this commission has done of bringing things together in a coherent manner needs to happen between us and other government agencies that are involved in education, as far as I'm concerned. So I deeply appreciate all you do and support this. Thank you.
Thank you. Bobby Plow, if you can please state your name and affiliation for the record.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Bobby Plow. I'm the incoming co-president for CAPIA. I'm an associate professor at Cal State East Bay, and I'm also a retired K-12 superintendent, having served in Northern and Southern California. And it's truly from that perspective that I come to you today. And I'll be brief. I'm speaking in support of the letter submitted by CAPIA, requesting the overarching statement for the revised capes and capsules that addresses leadership for equity in our schools. This language is vitally important to the work in the field as superintendents seek, select, and guide principals and other school site and district leaders. I just very simply, respectfully request, help us lead the leaders by sending a clear message that equity and social justice must stand at the forefront of every aspect of our work as educational leaders. Thank you.
Thank you. Doug Gephardt.